Welcome to the Saturday Morning Block Party Podcast. My name is Norbert, and today is the last day for Saturday morning cartoons. That's right, today is September 27th, 2014, and the last remaining block, the CW Vortex, is airing for the final time. So, Saturday morning cartoons is you and I grew up with have gone extinct. When I was growing up, one of the most important things in my life was being able to watch cartoons on Saturday mornings. And it's really sad to see this going away. That's why today we're going to be talking about Saturday morning cartoons. Today my co-host is my very good friend Key, and together the two of us are going to talk about some of our favorite Saturday morning cartoons and also a couple of not so great cartoons. And I'm also going to put in some audio from promos from Saturday morning cartoon blocks like the Toonami Rising Sun, Kids WB, and Fox Kids, so keep an ear out for that. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you again at the end of the episode.
Well then, it was probably Pokemon. It was always like the Indigo League and stuff. Like, I don't know. I want to say Pokemon. I don't think I had a favorite. I think I just would watch things is the thing. Like I continuously as an adult do not have like favorite TV shows because I just don't watch TV too much. I watched it a lot as a kid, but as an adult I'm like, oh, whatever.
You know, Pokemon was one of my favorites too. Saturday morning cartoons introduced me to anime, especially with Pokemon and Digimon.
Oh, Digimon was definitely one I would watch. I do remember watching it. I think it was the one where the kids themselves like turned into Digimon. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, but I remember that coming on weekdays. Yeah, I think the only two Digimon that were Saturday mornings were Adventure and Adventure 02.
No, I didn't watch those. No, I didn't.
Really?
No, I just remember like Pokemon a lot, or like Ed, Edd n Eddy and stuff. Like I remember watching a lot of Cartoon Network when I was a kid. Like, I would watch all that, like Cartoon Network, Boomerang, that's what I would kind of go for. And it was just on because that's the only channel I knew about as a child. It was the only number I memorized.
It was my morning routine to get up on Saturday, get up and watch cartoons, because for a lot of my childhood, I didn't have cable, so if I missed Saturday morning cartoons, well, that was just it. There wouldn't be any more cartoons at all until Monday.
I remember, I don't remember specifically which ones they were, but I do remember getting up in the morning and watching cartoons. But I remember as like the older I got, the less I saw it happening, and I kind of just veered away from it. I also started waking up late. So.
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with the internet and cable, and just not getting super excited over cartoons anymore.
I don't know. I think the cartoons are really different. It's a different kind of humor, sort of. Not like in the elitist sense, like my cartoons were better. But like I like children's cartoons now, and at the same time, I do not. It's like I like the messages that some of them are trying to get across, and then others are like, whoa, no thanks. But no, I remember getting up in the morning, and I remember like getting a bowl of cereal and plopping my ass right on the couch. And like I was set. That was it.
Well, I don't think kids too much younger than us really appreciate cartoons the way we did, because if you didn't have cable, it would just be the shows on PBS throughout the day.
Oh my god, PBS, KCET.
Yep, and then you'd get maybe 2 hours after school and at The Simpsons, and that was it until the next day. And on the weekend, all you had was Saturday morning. Besides that, there were no other cartoons. So you had to really appreciate when you were able to watch cartoons. But now with the internet and these 24-hour cartoon networks, kids just take it for granted.
I mean, I guess. I remember there were being blocks, like the morning block, the after-school block. I always hated it because I would always miss the after-school block. Like, I'd come home and try to catch Pokemon, like, during the weekdays, and I would always miss it. And I'd get pissed. I was pissed. That ruined my day for me.
So was Pokemon your first anime?
No, actually. I don't want to think. I think it was, like, Sailor Moon. I really want to say it was Sailor Moon or Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I used to watch Dragon Ball Z religiously, like every day, and I didn't even know what was going on in the plot. Like I didn't care. I just wanted to see it because like it was different. It looked so different from Western stuff that I was just intrigued and I wanted to keep watching it, even though the hell was going on.
I was really obsessed with Pokemon. That was just the number one thing to me, and I had the cards, I had the games. If I missed a new episode of Pokemon come on for a long time, I was just very, very sad for the entire day.
I adored Pokemon as a kid. I really did. My first video game I got was Game Boy Color, and it was green. I had a black and white one too. But my first like one that I remember was I had a Game Boy Color, it was green, and the first game I got was like Pokemon Blue. And I was just into it from then on. Once I got the game, I got into the show, and then that was it. I think I started watching the show once it got to like when Misty left, I was like done. I didn't want to watch it anymore. Like I felt like it wasn't the same, and I same without Misty. And I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I miss her. Like because she's gone, I don't really want to watch it anymore. Ash is stupid, and I hate him. Like it needs to end. Like they either need to like do a spin-off with a new character, and I know they're gonna be like, don't do a spin-off. But I'm serious, like, he's been 12 forever. Or 10. I don't know how old he is anymore. And, like, he's always like, what is that? It's like, you've seen that Pokemon. Like, you've seen, like, legendary Pokemon, and you're still, like, dumb as a rock. I'm finished with him.
I've seen a lot of the new Pokemon, and, as an adult or teenager, I've seen the Pokemon that we both watched as little kids, the original 151 Pokemon, and I can honestly say that without any sense of nostalgia glasses that was a lot better. It seems like they put a lot more effort in it. Like one of the things was that it really felt like a really big world. One of the things you might not notice is that a lot of people have different accents, and there are a lot of characters modeled after different subgenres like punks and bikers.
Yes to all of this. But I also want to say that I remember it was like on 4Kids TV, right?
No, it was on Kids WB.
Kids WB. Yeah, Kids WB. Kids or something. I don't know. It was Warner Brothers.
That was later.
Yeah. Anyways, I remember being a kid and hearing about it. There's a lot of controversy because they Americanized Pokemon a lot.
Look at these jelly donuts.
These jelly donuts. And also, like, I think they replaced it, or I'm not sure, like the sub thing. Like, I don't know. Like, they westernized a lot of it. And as a kid, it bothered me because I remember being a kid and thinking, I know that it's a Japanese cartoon. Why don't you just let it happen? Like, it's a Japanese thing. Like, I know what rice fucking is. I know what the fuck rice is, and I know that they rolled it in a fucking ball. Like, it's not a big deal, and you made it into this huge fucking deal.
Well, you know a lot more than I did back then. I actually believe that those are jelly donuts. It's the biggest betrayal of my life.
I remember watching and being like, no. But then, like, I was huge, like, massive weeb in middle school, and I don't know, it bothered me. Probably because, like, I was already ethnic, and I was like, I know what that is. But, oh man, this turned into, like, a whole thing about Pokemon. We just got into Pokemon.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Jackie Chan Adventures?
Oh my gosh. Fuck yeah, I watched Jackie Chan Adventures. That was the shit. I loved that show. I'm not gonna lie, I loved the intro. Like, it was my favorite thing ever. Because I liked seeing, like, live action Jackie Chan do all that stuff, and then cartoon Jackie Chan.
For this show, I would have no idea who Jackie Chan was. I would not care at all, but just because of this cartoon, that man earns my respect.
I always liked Jackie Chan. Whenever he did the voice acting, it was really good. At least to me, it was. I mean, I haven't seen it in years, so I can't really judge now. But when I was a kid, I really liked it. Plus, I liked Jackie Chan because he always came off as, like, a really down-to-earth person.
Yeah.
And, like, even now, when I see, like, Jackie Chan's posts or whatever, he's, like, always doing something dumb. And I'm like, oh, what a nice guy. What a nice guy.
Did you ever get excited when you saw Paco and El Toro?
No, I didn't, actually. A lot of, like, stereotypes that regarded like Mexican or Latin when I was a kid. I didn't find them funny, nor did I relate to them, despite being part of that, I guess, group of people.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Is there anything specific you remember that you didn't like?
I would always see like luchadors, and they would constantly be like people in the mask and be like, blah, 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 I'm el toro. Like, it'd be like dramatic, and I'd be like, okay, first of all, I've never been to a wrestling match like that. I mean, they're very popular. They are. I'm not going to say they aren't. That would be just a flat out lie. But it's also like the average, I guess the average Mexican American, or maybe the average Mexican, is just not all too into it. Like, what was that one show about the kids? Mucho, yeah, that show. I kind of liked it a little bit because the family dynamic was similar to, like, you know, the Mexican family dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, yeah, I can kind of relate to this. Like, the families are kind of like the families I know of. But the actual, like, fighting this and this, I'm like, that's actually a really small part. And that's the only kind of representation I ever saw. So it was either, here's the thing, is that my people were either people. They were either luchadors and cartoon villains, or they were like the Mexican friend with the accent, or they were just like that robber was like, I don't know anything, Holmes. You got the wrong guy. Like, I was over it.
Wow. Or at least you had Carlos from Magic School Bus.
Carlos. I hated Carlos.
How could you hate Carlos? He makes puns. You love puns.
I love puns. That's why I hate him. He brings out the worst in me.
Hey, remember from Mucha Lucha when the Mexican luchador kids would always get bullied by the American wrestling kids who never wore masks?
Oh, that's right. That's so terrible. Probably because, like, as an adult, I become such a hippie freedom. Like, you can't do that. That's offensive. Everything. And it's, I mean, to some degree, I'm like, you gotta let it go. But I see it now and I'm like, yeah, I guess. I guess. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Because that's all I ever saw was that they were either like a burglar, they were either like some street urchin, they were a luchador, or they were just like that friend. And that was it. But I didn't really, like, I'm not gonna lie, I really did like the show, but the culture was like not too greatly portrayed. I don't know. I see a lot of like Dia de los Muertos specials too, and I'm just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, mostly because that was like a holiday for like, I don't know, my family was too poor to celebrate Dia de los Muertos because the sugar skulls were really expensive.
Wow.
So we just didn't do it.
But I really wanted one of those talismans.
I never did. I never wanted merch from TV shows. I honestly just want like a really well-made like Pokeball. Yeah. And then I just want to have it. I don't even want like a fancy one. No, I'm lying. I probably would want a luxury post.
Well, I was talking about an actual talisman with magic powers, but okay.
All right then.
Yeah, which one was your favorite? Which one, if you could get one real talisman, which one would it be?
I forgot what they did. I'm not gonna lie. What did they do? Tell me what they did, and then I'll pick one.
Okay, I might not remember all of them, but I know Rabbit gave you super speed, Dragon lets you shoot fireballs, Pig lets you shoot lasers out of your eyes.
Okay, I was not expecting that one.
Rooster lets you levitate.
I was like, oh, fast. Makes sense. All right, Dragon shoots makes sense. Pig, laser beam. All right, then.
Horse is healing, healing. Dog is
which one's eat all you want and not gain weight? I want that one.
Yeah, I think dog or horse. Dog will make you immortal.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, this is gonna get into a weird place. Would you want to be
Well, when you're sick of it, you can just throw it away.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Would you like that if someone gave you a talisman and said, "Hey, for as long as you have this, like you cannot die, and you know you can just like when you're ready to die, just throw it away." I guess.
It wouldn't hurt to have round.
I think I would just be like, I don't know what to do with this, man. You've given it to the wrong person.
I think I would choose the sheep. No, not the sheep talisman. That's lame. Astral projection. I would choose the tiger talisman because that gives the power of balance, and that would really improve my quality of life because it will balance me spiritually, mentally, and all that.
Oh, I thought it was like balance beam. Like, I can walk better. I was gonna be like, dude, for real? These are problems you have?
Don't tell them my shame.
Yes. But no, I get it.
Okay, here we go! They were 7 ordinary kids. Then the sky opened wide and transported them to a new world of amazing creatures. And incredible danger. Now, catch the wave of excitement as TV's hottest new heroes.
Digimon, attack!
Capture your imagination. In the new series everyone is talking about. No autographs, please.
Digimon!
Digimon, digital monsters.
Oh, let's talk about some terrible EI shows. Have you seen any?
Name some. I'm terrible with names.
Okay, the one that sticks out most to me is Will and Do It. Have you ever seen that?
Will and Do It? What the? That doesn't sound good. What is that?
Okay, it's an EI show with one of the educational shows that the government mandates network TV channels to air. And it's about this little boy named Will and this talking frog named Do It. And do you know what Do It is? He's the mascot for baby wipes. You go to the store and you'll see his face on baby wipes. And they gave him a TV show. It's just a terrible show. I don't really have much to say besides baby wipe mascot, and they gave him a show.
I could see that. I could totally see that. I feel like the parents would see it and be like, oh my god, that's the baby wipe guy. Oh. And like, the kids are probably young enough, they don't even give a Think about it though, kids don't care what's on effing packaging. Like, baby wipes, they don't care what's on baby wipes. If I saw SpongeBob on baby wipes, I'd be like, yeah, I could see it. I could totally see SpongeBob on baby wipes. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Oh, have you ever seen Johnny Test?
Oh my god, God forbid, yes.
What do you think about Johnny Test?
I hate the dog so much. And I hate the whole thing. I hate that the animation to me is not very good. It feels very cheap. I don't like the sisters. I don't like the whole universe and how things work and how things happen and they get away with it. It basically just feels like Dexter's Laboratory, like, just tried to amp up. That's the thing, though, is like, it's like, oh, I have a what is it? The dad is the one who cleans, and then the mom is the workaholic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I saw Johnny Test, and then I was like, this just reminds me of Dexter's Laboratory, just super stupid.
I watched Johnny Test right when it came out, and a lot of people forgot how different it was in the very first season. I watched it not too long ago, and I'm not going to say it's a really good show, but it's not at all bad. And when I was a kid...
Did it remind you... Did it remind you of, not the plot or how it goes, but, like, the people, the way it's set up?
Not really. I can kind of see where people draw that comparison, but a lot of people just take it too far, saying, oh, it's just Dexter's Lab, but it's about Dee Dee. No, it's about an 11-year-old boy whose genius sisters use him as a guinea pig.
Yeah, because Dee Dee just up.
Yeah, and I noticed a severe drop in quality. I was young and I didn't know how cartoons worked, and I didn't really have the vocabulary to articulate it, so I just thought... When
they switch out writers and stuff, and then...
Season 2, I just thought, oh, there's a new intern working at the show. That's why it's like this. It'll go away in a couple episodes.
And there's a new intern.
And the story behind that is that after the first season, the show was sold to Teletoon, the Canadian animation company, and they slashed the budget, fired everyone who was working on the show, and they switched to Flash animation. And that's why there's such a huge divide between season 1 and every single other season. The season 1's actually watchable.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I have mixed feelings about Flash because the last time I interned at a studio, I'm not going to say which one, Oh, okay. The last time I worked at a studio, they very much used Flash very heavily. Like that's depending on how you use it. Flash can be an extremely it can be a fantastic animating program, and your stuff can just come out amazing. Now, what a lot of people do though is with Flash is they do a lot of puppetry, and it's a lot of like separated segments, and it comes out looking very, I don't know how to say it, wonky. I don't know, like well, that's how Johnny Test is animated, and I can tell immediately it's really chunky and it's wonky and it doesn't feel right. You can tell, like you just watch something and you can tell.
Yeah, even as a kid, before I even knew what Flash was, I noticed that a lot of shows that were animated in Flash just have the same low quality feel to them. And when I found out what Flash was, I was like, that explains it. That explains it. That's what these shows have in common. And, you know, like you said, Flash can be used really well. But, you know, when a show has really lazy animation, there's a really good chance that they used Flash.
It's Flash is extremely easy to use. I mean, once you know how to use it.
Yeah, compared to other methods of animation.
Yeah, compared to other methods. But the thing is, I'm just not about it. It looks very static. The only show that I give some major props to is My Little Pony.
Yeah. And let's talk about the whip effect. You notice that in Johnny Test?
Wait, they use the whip, like...
Yes.
It's, oh my god, it's like every other scene.
There's a video on YouTube.
I know, I remember, I watched it.
Yes, there's a video.
There's a video.
Somebody took an episode of Johnny Test, 2 11-minute episodes, and they counted
190
the whip sound effects in 22 minutes of animation. And I don't know why they do it, but some theory I read by somebody is that they do it to disguise the fact that their animation's really bad. Like what they do a lot on Johnny Test is this thing called tweening, and what you're doing is basically drawing different poses and doing as little animation between those two poses as you can.
Yeah, okay. When I worked at when they were teaching me how to tween stuff, because I didn't go to school for it. I'm still in school right now. I just got in out of I got in basically, and they were teaching me like basic Flash skills, and they taught me tweening. But at the same time, they're like, tweening is like very much like cheating, and it doesn't always look good. And in fact, to tween something so it comes out properly, you do have to go ahead and like draw out the actual like in between shots. It doesn't always come out great. In fact, when you do tweening, it looks awful.
It looks like Johnny Test. And the thing with the
Johnny Test,
Johnny Test
setting the Flash standard.
And the thing with the whip sound effect is that when you mix that with tweening, suddenly it doesn't look bad because you subconsciously think, oh, that seems right because that just quick and rigid animation seems right because it has a whip effect to it. The whip effect is them moving from one pose to another really fast.
Them moving quickly.
Yeah, so it's really trying to trick us. And you just look at a little clip of the first season, they had actual diversity in their sound effects, and they had actual fluidity in the animation.
Hey, who wants more weekend and never weekend? We do! We've got a show that's cool and new. On one Saturday morning, Weekenders is the one for you. On one Saturday morning, we've got the freedom to do what we choose. On one Saturday morning, with Weekenders we just can't lose. On one Saturday morning, Weekenders, it's not just a show. Weekenders is a way of life.
Catch New Weekenders on Disney's One Saturday Morning, premiering February 26th on ABC.
How about the Magic School Bus?
I'm not gonna lie, like, I was into it for like 3 episodes, and I was just like, over it. I wasn't ever into it. I didn't really like it. I mean, okay, for the Magic School Bus, like, it was fun and educational. Like, I soaked up educational when I was a kid. I loved documentaries. I would watch Animal Planet all the time. But the Magic School Bus, I could not deal. Like, I didn't like the teacher. She annoyed the out of me.
How dare you? Miss Frizzle is my favorite science teacher.
Like, I loved her. I really did. But, like, you know how I am, dude. Like, I'm a really loud and outgoing person when I can be, and other times, but I'm naturally a pretty like lonely person. Not lonely, but like I can deal with being by myself. And I was just talking to someone about this the other day. Is that when I watch or observe someone who's really energetic, I get drained. I cannot deal with it.
You must have been a really stressful kid.
Dude, I was going bald by the time I was 7.
Hey, Key, what's wrong? Oh, this magic school bus stressing me out.
This man is she needs to reel it in, Mom. This bitch needs to reel it in. She needs to reel it in, Mom. It's too crazy. I cannot believe kids are signing off for this bitch to take their kids on field trips. I would not feel safe. Do not sign off for me to ever go on these trips, Mother.
I remember for a lot of my childhood, I would just get up by myself at 5 and 5:30 a.m. to watch cartoons. Like, when I didn't have cable, I would get up and watch Archie's Weird Mysteries, which is this supernatural cartoon with the kids from the comics. I really need to rewatch that show, and I also read Afterlife with Archie, where zombies come.
I didn't read any Archie. I never watched it.
When I did have cable, I would get up at 5 to watch Yu Yu Hakusho, and yes. Did you ever watch that?
No, but I watched Hi Hi Puffy Ami Yumi.
Yes. You know they're still around?
The band?
Yes.
Well, yeah, they were a legit band. It's not like... That's what was cool, is like, I didn't realize they were a legit band, but when I did, I was like, oh my god, what? They're a real band? Yes! Yes! More of this.
And their tour that they're on right now is called Swag, Swag, Swag.
That's fantastic.
It's beautiful. And other than that, I would, after Yu Yu Hakusho, I would watch Dot Hack, Legend of the Twilight, because for some reason Cartoon Network didn't want those shows showing on any time besides 5 and 5:30. And then I'd watch Weekenders, because...
Dude, the Weekenders was the best. I loved the Weekenders. Let's please get into the Weekenders.
Yeah, I actually want to do an entire podcast episode on the Weekenders.
Good.
Yeah.
We'll just touch on it a little bit right now. Well, I really like the Weekenders because I feel like every single one of those people was extremely relatable to, and I could easily relate to each and every one. Like every single one of those people, I saw a little bit of myself in. Especially what was his name? Tino?
Yeah.
Tino only had his mom, right?
Yeah.
I only had my mom, so I was like, yeah, I know where you at, Tino. The only times I didn't relate were being, because he actually had a dad who was alive. But the tomboy girl, I loved her growing up. Lore, yes, I loved Lore growing up. I thought she was Tish. I really liked her because she was nervous and stuff, but she basically did what she wanted and what made her happy, and I was about that. I was like, I'm about this life. And then the other dude,
Carver.
That was Carver. I saw a lot of myself in him only because he would do things to come off as cool.
Yeah.
And I see that. Like when you're a kid and you're you want to do things and you do want to be cool, but sometimes it just doesn't work out and you end up looking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked the show. I liked every single episode. I thought it was great. And I thought the family dynamics were great. There was Tino, single mom, she's divorced, and he does see his dad and he does see his mom date other people. And he never seems totally upset about it. He just kind of seems to be accepting and that's how things worked out and it's okay.
Yeah. I really like how much effort they put into this show and all the different running gags. One thing that I really like is that the characters dress in different outfits every day. Because every episode takes place over 3 or 4 days, and every day they're in a different outfit. They're not just in the standard one cartoon outfit.
Well, another show that did that is As Told by Ginger.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Apparently, they heavily hinted that Carver was a cross-dresser, and all his friends kind of knew.
What? I never got any of that. Please extrapolate.
There are a lot of scenes where... Okay, there was this one episode when they're trying to dress Tish up as a celebrity, and they put her in this dress with the feather boa and pearls, and Tino just looks like Carver. Okay, why did you have all these clothes in your closet? And Carver's just Halloween, and everyone else just gives him this stare. No, you're lying.
I guess that would have been funny in that day. Now I'm kind of maybe Carver, whatever. I don't know. I really liked it. There were some things I really liked about that show. Like, they were really good about body image,
Yeah.
friends, trust, doing things to impress others. What else do we have? And I like the pizza gag.
Oh, yes. The place would change its theme every week.
I love, my favorite one was where they downloaded a pizza and it just
Yes.
it came out disgustingly out of the thing. And they're all like, ugh. And like sometimes they're like, ugh, but they always end up eating it. And what I loved is I love those cartoons where all the pizzas are stringy and they're cheesy and they look freaking delicious.
Yes. I kind of see the Carver's friends reacting to the crossdresser thing as they know about it, but they know he's embarrassed, so they don't bring it up. And the reason they give him the looks that they give him is that he's terrible at lying.
Still, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Carver, we knew about this, and we don't really care, but man, you were terrible at lying.
So what do you get with 1 full hour of Shaolin Showdown, 2 episodes, 3 ultimate villains, and 4 Shaolin warriors?
Hold on.
Oh, and 1 dragon. Oh, catch 1 full hour of Shaolin Showdown today, beginning at 9, 8 Central and Pacific on Kids WB.
Let's talk about Shaolin Showdown.
Let's talk about Shaolin
What did you
Showdown.
think of it?
I really liked it. I really liked Roth a lot. And I liked Roth and I liked the cowboy guy a lot.
Wait, Roth, you mean Ray?
Like-
Raimundo, the Brazilian guy?
Oh, it's Ray. I said Roth. I thought it was Raphael. No. Raimundo. Yeah, I liked him a lot.
Yeah, I really liked that show. It was the kind of adventure, superpower, collectible artifact thing that I was really into.
I really liked the villain.
Yeah, Jack Spicer.
He was great. He was hilarious. I loved him. Because he was a villain that obviously that shouldn't have been a villain.
And I love how this guy is able to make all these... He's able to all these inventions and evil robot minions, but he still lives in his mama's basement. What are you doing, man? Sell some of that robot stuff.
Oh my god, I know. I get really angry with cartoons. Is it just me, or does like realism bother you? Like I always think of Dexter, and I'm like, Dexter, you could be loaded.
He doesn't want money; he only wants science.
And then it's like, Dee Dee, you don't get it. Like he could murder you. Like he has the ability to like disintegrate you, and no one would ever find out because his parents don't even know about the lab. Like nobody knows. Or like Jimmy Neutron, like he is aware that he's smart, but like I hate it. I'm like, no. Maybe that's because I'm like money obsessed. I'm like, oh, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Something that really bothered me in that show is that they can breathe in space.
In which show? Which one?
Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, I love the episode where they explain it, and then it's like
they don't explain.
Where they explain it, but it cuts to Sheen like singing.
Yeah. Did you know that there's a new Shaolin Showdown? Shaolin Chronicles, I think.
No.
Well, I don't know why, but they decided to revive Shaolin Showdown, and it's produced in Canada now, and because of copyright reasons and Canadian laws, the cast is different, and they're not allowed to say the original names of the Shengang Wu. They have to change them all. Like, the Orb of Tsunami is now the Orb of Torpedo.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah. And for some reason, they decided to add a new character named Ping Pong, and he looks like a miniature version of Omi.
I'm gonna see this. Shaolin Chronicles. Oh my god, it is real. Oh my god. It's a Canadian animated CG television series. Did they make the girl taller? Alright, okay, I'm gonna watch this video of it. That says the best scenes. Oh, Raimundo's face is... Oh no. Oh no. Wait. The new character's name is
Ping Pong.
And he looks exactly like
Omi, except smaller.
I'm watching this. I thought Ping Pong was Omi, and I'm... Oh no.
Yep.
Who voices him? Who voices him?
I don't know.
Shaolin Chronicles. Okay, it's awful. Awful.
For some reason, they decided to make all the Shaolin showdowns in CGI.
I knew it. It's Tara Strong. I knew she would play ping pong. I heard her voice, and I'm like, I knew it was you, bitch. Okay, this is how it goes. Episode 1, Omi takes newcomer Ping Pong on as his protege, but eventually grows jealous of Ping Pong when he becomes everyone's favorite.
It's like he learned nothing about humility from the original series. Oh, by the way, I was mad that Raimundo became the leader of the Shaolin monks instead of Omi.
I'm not. I totally think he deserved it more.
Yeah.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Please wake up.
The best reason to get out of bed.
I will give you commands. You will obey them. Look out!
Toonami, the Rising Sun. Saturday mornings at 10. Only Toonami.
Yeah.
And that was our conversation on Saturday morning cartoons. It's really sad to see something that was so important to me growing up just go away forever. But to be honest, I completely understand why that Saturday morning cartoons are obsolete. We have the internet and on-demand and Netflix and everything else. 90% of the TV shows I watch in front of my computer, not in front of the TV. And even if it is on the TV, it's because of my PlayStation and Netflix. There's a lot that I wanted to talk about, but didn't have enough time to go over in this episode, so I'm hoping that I'll do some follow-up episodes on this, maybe make it an annual thing, do it every year on the anniversary of Saturday morning cartoons dying. Please remember to subscribe to us on iTunes, on Stitcher, on YouTube. Please give us 5-star ratings on all of those you can, and follow us on Tumblr, SaturdayMorningBlockParty.tumblr.com. That is where we are most active online, but we also have a Facebook page and a Twitter page. The links to all of those will be in the description, along with the links to all of the clips we used in this episode. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.